We are on Chapter 3, Lesson 8. Our essential question, how are multiplication and division related? We are doing problem solving today. Yay! And our strategy is reasonable answers. And I like to use reasonable answers when we're talking about rounding. And at least this first problem doesn't have rounding. But we'll go ahead and solve it and see if the answer that they give us in the problem makes sense. Okay, so I've got my highlighter ready. Star won 4 tickets at family game night. Susie won 5 times as many tickets. Is it reasonable to say that they won 24 tickets altogether? So one thing I know is Star won 4 tickets. I also know Susie won 5 times as many tickets. The question I need to answer, is it reasonable to say that they won 24 tickets altogether? So what do we know? What do we understand from the problem? That's what we highlight. Star won 4 tickets. Susie won 5 times as many tickets as Star. So we need to find the total number of tickets won altogether. Okay, so we're basically taking the number that Star won. Hey, let's do a star for Star. Ha! And then we'll just use a Z for Susie because don't want to get that confused with Star. Okay, Star, we have she won 4 tickets. And we know Susie got 5 times as many. Right? 5 times as many what? What am I multiplying by? Susie won 5 times as many tickets as Star. So that's basically the problem that we're solving, which is why the plan here says find 5 times 4, then add that to 4. Okay, so we're doing this, and then we're going to add the 4. And they made us a model, 4 in each group, and we have 5 groups. If I count all these dots, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And our little song, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And it goes on. So 5 times 4 is 20. Susie won 20 tickets. Add 20 plus 4 is 24. Compare. The girls won 24 tickets, which is equal to the estimate that they made. Is it reasonable to say that they won 24 tickets altogether? Well, since that's the right answer, yes, I would say that answer makes sense. And I just wrote another way to show the same thing. I wrote 4 for Star, and then to show Susie, I did my parentheses and I did 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then another 4, 24. So this equation here and this equation here are equivalent. Let's look at example 2. Okay, example 2 has practiced the strategy. This one does give us an opportunity to round because we're talking about bigger numbers. So yay. Dasan delivers 283 newspapers each week. Lisa delivers 302 newspapers each week. Is 400 a reasonable estimate for the number of newspapers they deliver each week altogether? Ooh, we've got some keywords I see. Each, altogether, estimate. Those are some key words. What do I need to know? How many newspapers Dasan delivers. I need that. I need how many Lisa delivers. And I need my question. Is 400 a reasonable estimate for the number of newspapers they deliver each week? Okay, so what do I know? What facts do I know? One thing I know is Dasan delivers 283 newspapers each week. That's one thing. Another thing I know is Lisa delivers 302 newspapers each week. And that's just taking from the problem what we highlighted and writing it out since they've given us the room to do that. What do I need to find? Is 400 a reasonable number of newspapers they deliver each week? That is the question that goes in what we need to find. And what is our plan? In order to find this, we are going to need to find all together, and all together is the key word for adding. So we're going to round, then add to solve. Okay, round, then add to solve. Now we've got our room, 283. That's one of the numbers we were given in the problem. The other number is 302. And we're going to round to the hundreds place. So I'm going to underline the hundreds place, and I'm going to circle the digit that I'm rounding to and the one before it on both numbers that I'm rounding. And then I can see how it makes it easier for me to round. 28 is closer if I drew a number line and 20 was at one end and 30 was at the other. 28 would be closer to 30. And to keep it in the hundreds place, that 3 has to go to 0. Now I've got 30. That's not going to round up to 40. That's going to stay at 30. And that 2 also goes to 0. And according to my plan, round and then add to solve. So when I add, I get 3 plus 3, and that is 6. And I'm talking my hundreds place, so I need to add my zeros for my hundreds place. And we can see 600 is what we get when we round and solve, which means 400 is not a reasonable estimate for this operation. Does my answer make sense? No. Hassan and Lisa deliver about 600 newspapers each week. 400 is not a reasonable estimate. I'm going to change that because I don't want to start a sentence with a number. 400 is not a reasonable estimate. Okay, there's example number 2. A couple of things to point out as you start the work. Don't get tricked. It gives you a table of information, and you don't need all the information in the table. So read the problem carefully to pick out just what you need in order to answer this question. Okay, and also in number 2, I think we might confuse some people thinking that Jay will make $240 doing yard work for 6 weeks. According to what we're doing, it's not $240 each week, so you're not going to do 240 times 6. It's just $240 he earns for those whole 6 weeks of work. So don't multiply these. It's not $240 each week. It's $240 for the 6 weeks. Don't get tricked by that. I'm really excited to see what some of the problems you come up with on this. Be a little creative, use your imagination, and some things that you're interested in that would end up with an answer of $180. That should be fun.